20 laps a journey for the streets, and we're doing it in reverse direction.
Yeah, street stock direction for the feature race tonight. It's going to be Brendan Huff on the front row, Zach Cooney alongside of him, Meekins on row 2 with Suzuka, Thompson and Storer, green flag, and we are green. Into turn number 1, around the outside goes Zach Cooney, and Thompson's gone round in front of the field. He'll roll off the racetrack and avoid any contact when we stay green. There will be Zach Cooney leading lap number 1. He's got half a car length behind, so Brendan Huff is chasing him down. The Victoria 85 and Meekins in hot pursuit. And it's Suzuka and Storer. Fletcher Smith getting good moves around the outside of the 94 car. He sits in 6th spot now, and he looks to get around the outside for 5th. Oh, he sends it into the turn 3 corner. Didn't quite turn in the way he would have liked, and it's cost him a little bit of ground. And Zach Cooney goes around in front of the field. Your race leader, Zach Cooney. Oh boy, Terry. You are kidding me.
Just, you know how easy that is to do. Just a bit more, too much right foot pedal, and the track is fairly slick down the bottom. Even though they've rolled it and put a sprinkle of water on, it's not super greasy. It's still tacky out there.
We spoke with a few of the Super Sedan drivers back in the pits during that interval break. It's a bit of an interesting race. I like to call the American style Meekins and Huff. 3, 2, 1. And to positions as we get ready to go. Lights are out. The Fixed Auto Wreckers were set to go green once again. Oh, look out. There is massive damage. Peter Thompson has piled into the back of, I think it's a 46 machine.
Is that Zach?
Yeah, Zach Cooney was the last one to see the concertina effect. And his night goes from bad to worse. And just like that, Zach Cooney out of the race.
What about Peter Thompson?
Window net's down. The window net has come down on the 99 car. That's his race done as well. DQ for Peter Thompson.
And that was under yellows too. Like, it's just silly stuff. Anyway. Oh no. Peter Thompson's back out.
Speed up and close the gap up. But he's going to hit the brakes. And so the cars behind can't see past a couple of guys ahead. So all of a sudden, they're going to come up really fast and have to slap the brakes on. And that massive concertina. But we're going green. And it's leading Meekins into turn number 1. Meekins gets to the inside of Huff here as Huff run a little bit wide on exit. They're going to rub panels all the way down the back straightaway, and Meekins going to throw it into turn number 3. He's going to force Brendan Huff to go a little bit high and wide. Meekins leads the lap. Huff still sitting there in the top. Suzuka just sitting on the outside of this battle, looking for an opportunity to go to the inside of Huff, maybe. But Huff goes to the bottom. And still, Suzuka has to settle for 3rd. Good 3-car battle for the lead in this street stock feature race. Huff all over the back of the Victorian 85 car. Goes to the inside this time through turns number 1. Smith is the car going very high and wide, the Bundaberg 94. Suzuka had a thought of going to the inside and then decided better of it, tucked back in, and still runs into the 3rd place. Meek starting. The 85 beginning to build a lead here. Fletcher Smith now, he's worked himself up in 4th spot, running that high line, got past Stoward in the 64, then come out.
Looks like Storer's pulling it in across the field.
And Matthew Storer, the Rock Hand, 24. The car had a few gremlins, Terry, earlier on in the night. And it seemed to be running okay earlier on in that feature, and then got a bit hot. Something's had enough, and that's the end of his feature race. Done. Brims just drove out the gate as well. Both cars needing some serious repairs. They hope to get one of the cars back going tomorrow night at Gympie. And Matt Pascoe will back out for the feature. Green flag back on the racetrack. Megan's with a good jump. Suzuka right on the bumper of half through turn number 1. Got a pretty good transition between 1 and 2, but the exit of 2 was just got the car out of shape and it's cost him full of car spaces. Although through turns 3, very fast. And it's always interesting to see the different lines that each driver uses as they go around the corners. Some guys get nice and high and wide, pitch the cars into the corner, and to sacrifice their entry to maximize their exit. And Huff though, the 95 looking good. He looks to the side of Meekins and decides better of it. Didn't have enough speed to get up the inside, but now he does. Meekins runs wide. He tried to come back down and cover his line, ran into the front nose of Huff, and Suzuka goes to the outside of him. Suzuka on the top, Huff trying to give him a hip and shoulder, get him out of the... And Huff gets back to the inside. Suzuka now trying to cut the nose off Huff and does. Fletcher Smith goes to the top through turn 1. It's a little bit too high. He will get a good exit off the corner, but he's lost a bunch of ground to the cars ahead. Lap traffic approaching now. Our leaders, this is going to get very spicy indeed. The blue flag being shown out of the race's way. But Meekins, Suzuka, Huff, at your top 3 in the racetrack as they get up the inside of Amanda Bullitt for the 4 car. All 3 clear her nice and quickly.
Oh, a leader.
And Meekins all crossed up. He loses first and second. He's back to 3rd place. He's got issues, Terry. The 85 not running on song. Or maybe he's just trying to get back on the track. But he's lost a bunch of time in the process. So now Suzuka is your race leader. The Charlton 33, Roberts Green grows the machine. Leading this one off, Fletcher Smith. Oh, he's popped the tyre.
Pop that front tyre, I reckon.
Yep. He bounced that car severely through 3 and 4, sorry. And that's enough to roll a tyre onto the bead. And he was on a arch as well, was running in 3rd spot, moving forward.
Tyre was still up.
Well,
I'd say the suspension's let go in the tower.
Some issue for the Bundaberg 94 nonetheless out of this race. And now it's a 2-car battle for lead. Suzuka leading this one. And Huff chasing him down. The Bundaberg 95. Right on the back bumper here. I'm separated by about a car now. And Huff's going to throw absolutely everything at Suzuka in the last few laps. Back straight away, a little bit of contact with the wall from the 95. He dives to the inside of Suzuka. He gets up the inside to the right rear quarter panel. Suzuka with a good exit though, holding on to the lead. That's what we've been talking about, Terry. Brendan's so good on the entrance of the corner, gains up a lot of speed. But Suzuka, he capitalises his exit every time. Oh, Matthew Storer up top. Issues again for Rockhander 24. He gets it going. Huff gets to the quarter panel. A little bit of contact to the race leader. And Dickens, he's back in this, Terry. The Victorian 85 is back in this race. This is unbelievable right now. Street stocks always put on a show. And Brendan Huff's got issues. The 95 is off pace. There's still 5 laps left to run in this. Darren Suzuka leading the way. Reese Meekins running in 2nd place. And Brendan Huff limping the car home in 3rd. Storer finally retires at 24 to the infield. Stoward now. He's going to find himself up into 3rd as he gets around Huff. The injured 95 struggling. Kenny Jeffries will be the next car, closing in on this battle, trying to get on the podium in his first night out in the street stock. There's still a few laps left to run. Revhead drops down to 5th place. 2 laps to go for our leaders. 1 lap to go now. Darren Suzuka, 465 metres left to run with a 1.2 gap to Reese Meekins. The Victorian 85 chase him down all the way to the end. It's not going to be enough as the Charlton 33 comes through, turns 4. Check flag at the ready. Darren Suzuka, your feature race winner. Reese Meekins will come home in 2nd place ahead of John Stowart home for 3rd. Kenny Jeffrey on debut will come home in 4th spot ahead of Brendan Huff, who limps the Bundaberg 95 home. Mike Wenham will be in 6th ahead of Dan Cooney, Sue Chapman, Amanda Bullitt. Rounding out our finishers, he's going to come and collect his checkered flag. What a feature race that was.
Something went down.
And for the Charlton 33,
Just win.
he takes the feature race win for the Fixit Auto Wreckers Street Stocks. Makes the noise with Darren Suzuka. Oh, fantastic drive from the driver of the Charlton 33, Darren Suzuka, taking out tonight's feature race win. Street Stocks in fine form indeed. Well done to Reese Meekins, Victorian 85. First time here to Carina, picked up a heat race win. He'll come home in 2nd spot. And John Stowart, the C64, rounding out our podium finishes.